Hello, hello, and welcome to Healthy Life with Kimmi. How is everyone doing? Welcome. Hi, Jill. Thank you for being here. We'll give YouTube a few minutes to notify everybody. Welcome again. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Jill. Welcome. Welcome to those who are joining us. I am here to talk about my doctor's results. I wanted to do this live. I was going to record it, and then I was like, you know what, let me just talk to you all and get your thoughts and see what you think about it, really. For those of you who may be new while we are waiting, I realize it is the opening night of the World Series, so we'll see how many people actually join us, but whatever, they'll catch the replay, so we still going to do this. So my doctor's results are in. First of all, just a little background on me for those of you who do not know. I am Kimmi. And this is my healthy journey. I am doing Weight Watchers, but everyone's invited to the party no matter what plan you are doing. Welcome, everyone. And I share my journey of my weight loss, ups, downs, good, bad. I've experienced quite a few deaths in my family. So as a result, it's given me a new lease on life where I want to experience different things. So I also take you on different journeys with me. For example, I had an opportunity to ride the bikes on the beach. I've been experiencing different foods and just trying to really enjoy life a little bit more. So as I do that, I'll bring those experiences to you. Hopefully it will help you to, get a little bit more out of life. Sometimes we get in a rut. I was watching a news report this morning, short version, and they were saying, they were asking the news reporters, they said, well, when was the last time you tried a different restaurant? And they all said the same thing. I go to the same restaurant. Now, one person says she does enjoy going to different places, but her husband really does not. He likes the same thing. But out of four of them, they all kind of said the same thing. I usually go to the same restaurants. So we're creatures of habit. But again, because I've experienced so much loss, it's like, you know what? Life is short. I realize that. So I'm really trying different experiences, different foods and everything. Welcome to those of you who are joining us. So I wanted to share my results with you, though, from a recent doctor's visit. So I went to the doctor last month. You may have saw that video where I got a letter and he was all excited I had lost 20 pounds, which is true. However, that wasn't a full workup. And I actually had mentioned in that video that I would come back when I had my actual workup. That day, I just went to get some pills, some water pills. Hydrochlorothiazide. I take those water pills because I tend to retain water. Okay. So that was what that visit was. But my actual annual visit was yesterday. And the results came in today. They did not play around. Okay. So this is what it came back. So the reason I wanted to do this is because you would think, wow, Kimmi, you lost 20 pounds. So all of your numbers at your doctor's office should be reflective of that, and they should be great. This is why the number on the scale is not the only number you need to be concerned about. The reason I'm getting ready to tell you now. Welcome to those who are joining us. I'm actually going over my most recent doctor's visit results. So my hemoglobin A1C, that's how they measure for like the last 3 months or so what your blood sugar is or was. And mine was last year 5.8. My number was 5.8, which is good. It's still borderline. They say everybody's pre-diabetic. So 5.8, they still wanted me to keep an eye on it. But when I went this time, my hemoglobin A1C was 6.1. 6.1. Why is that so important? And do you know your numbers? Do you know what A1C even is? That's how they measure how much sugar is in your blood, okay? And they can tell what you've been eating for the last 3 months by checking that panel. It's called A1C, hemoglobin, A1C. If you do not know what it is, please find out what your number is. And I'm going to say this too, because this has been on my mind since I'm live. I'm going to do it. There's several commercials out there where people are like, I'm on diabetes and I got this pill. I'm living a good life and it's all good. No. We are not dancing because we got diabetes, okay? We are not dancing because we got diabetes, okay? I'm not going to name the name because I don't want to get sued. But I was like, the nerve of them. I'm watching my A1C. Yeah, it's high, but I got this pill. No, I am devastated that my number is a 6.1. Now, when you start getting into 6.1, 6.2, all the way up to 7, they get ready to put you on diabetes medication. And y'all know I'm not getting ready to try to do that. So why are my numbers going up? I want to talk about the rest of the numbers, but let's focus on diabetes really quick. So when you start becoming diabetic, if it gets too bad, then you can start losing your vision. You can start having members of your body amputated, your toes, legs. It can get really bad. Diabetes can destroy your body. So when I saw that commercial, and it's actually like 2 of them out there, the person is just dancing and like, diabetes is not a big deal. We're going to still get through it because we got these pills, we got these shots, we got something to give you. That's what the doctors want to do. They want to give you something for every ailment. But no, food be thy medicine. So we have to make some adjustments ourselves. So I lost 20 pounds, but why is my A1C going up? I'm going to tell you why in a minute. Okay, so that's one number. Now, my next number that went up is a set of numbers. It's called the lipid panel, and that's my cholesterol. My cholesterol numbers were not good. Hey, Jill. My cholesterol numbers were not good. Okay. My cholesterol numbers were 115, which is high. And the other number was 131. Both of those numbers for me were like in 90s and 80s my last visit. Okay. When you have your cholesterol number is off, that means too much fat is in your blood. Okay. So they can see the sugar and the fat in your blood. And that means your blood vessel cells are not working the way they're supposed to. Your blood vessels are not. That means you can have an increased risk of heart attack, stroke. Okay. And some people say, well, and I've known people, my mom had a stroke. She came out of it like nothing happened. She lived another 15 years after her. I have other people that I know have had strokes and they come out of it, right? But I'm not trying to go down that road at all. So welcome to everyone who's joining. I'm actually going over my most recent doctor results, and I am not pleased. I did lose 20 pounds. The doctor was ecstatic about that. But my hemoglobin A1C is 6.1. Just to recap, my cholesterol number is high. 192 was the total. Less than 200 is okay. But still, it's higher than it was. They were ranging from 90 to 89. And now it's 115 and 131. Okay. So that's high. So you may be wondering, and I had to think about it myself. I'm like, well, Kimmi, you lost 20 pounds. Why are your numbers going in the wrong direction? Because I changed my eating, but guess what I'm doing more of? I've been eating out more. As I mentioned before, I've been having new experiences, going new places. So yes, I'm eating more salads. But guess what I'm adding to my salads, guys? And I wasn't even thinking about this. I'm adding, can I get extra cheese on that? I'm adding bacon to it. Okay. When I do have vegetables out, which is healthy, right? They're adding additional oils to it. So you have to be cautious. So the scale could still be moving, but your inside is dying. And that's why it's not just about the number on the scale. It's about the whole package. So my scale number looked good. Woo, I lost 20. But my insides are not doing good. I don't want to have a heart attack or stroke or any of these things that we just talked about. Right? And I realize that I'm getting a lot of extra dinners out there with cream on them. Okay. I love Alfredo. Anything saucy like that. Gravies. Okay. So now I have a few things I'm going to go over too that I'm going to do differently. So I'm going to share that with you in just a moment. But I'm having maybe too many desserts. So I call myself having half of the dessert, where I wasn't having any desserts. When I first started Weight Watchers, I started back in March. I wasn't having any desserts. So the last couple months, I've become a little more comfortable. I'm like, I got this. I'm walking every day. I'm feeling good and all this. But the numbers don't lie. So I have to make some changes. So going forward, what am I going to do differently? So I've already started going grocery shopping. I went the other day. I have some turkey meat. I bought cheese, like 2-point cheese on Weight Watchers. I have whole wheat bread. I'm doing different things like that. I'm going to start cooking more. I actually cooked last night and tonight. I actually made tacos last night, and it was enough meat to carry over for today. So I have to start eating at home more. It's not an option. So what I have been doing prior to even going to the doctor 2 days ago, for those of you who are just joining us, welcome, but go back and catch the actual replay. I'm discussing my recent weight loss and how even though I lost 20 pounds, my doctor's results were not good. So it's not just about the number on the scale. It's not. So as I was saying though, so instead of eating out, which is what I like to do recreationally, I'm going to have to change that. So what we had been doing last week, we went to 3 different parks. I talked about that in one of my videos. I'm going to start getting out and just trying to walk more, do more activity versus food being the activity. Okay. Versus food being the activity. Because right now the activity is food. I'm going to restaurants. I'm making different choices, but they're higher fat choices. You know, like I said, I might have a salad, but by the time I add extra cheese on it and the bacon and all that, that's raising my cholesterol. That's raising my blood sugar with the desserts and stuff. So some of the changes that I decided I'm going to make is, like I just mentioned, going grocery shopping, but I'm going to be even more firm with restaurants, making sure do not cook my broccoli in butter. Okay. When I go out. So like I mentioned, for those of you who are just joining us, I may go to a restaurant and I may have broccoli and a salad, which is healthy and a protein. But by the time they cook my broccoli in butter and extra salt, now my numbers are off. So no more. No more. I have to be very strong with them and myself. You know, I may want the creamy Alfredo. I went to Bahama Breeze last week and a half ago, with a friend of mine and my sister. And oh my God, guys, I had this dish. It was the chicken bow tie Jamaican pasta. Okay. You talking about good. So my friend, she know how to change it out. I think I mentioned this in a video. Maybe I did not, but she know how to change it out. So instead of the chicken, she gets the grilled salmon. Oh, you talking about good. And then instead of the asparagus, which is how it comes, she adds broccoli, and it already comes with mushrooms in it. Oh my God, guys, that meal is so good. So I had it already a week and a half ago, right? Because I'm entertaining myself with my friends and my sister. And then I went back this week and I took Jeffrey, my husband, because I wanted him to try this meal. And I actually was sick. After I ate it the second time, I had to take my dairy pills. See, this is another reason why I know what you're supposed to eat and what you're not. So I could eat it, but I had to take 2 dairy pills because of the cream and the high fat milk, right? So now I got this fettuccine meal, which has all this fat, all this butter, right? Milk, butter, salt. The pasta is high carbs, right? And I'm still walking. I'm doing really good with my walking. I've been walking like 30 minutes a day. So I'm doing really good with my walking. So I say all that to say, guys, we have to really think about everything. It's not just about the numbers. It is not just about the number on the scale. It's about all the numbers. So as I was stating earlier, you need to know your A1C. You need to know what your lipid panel is. That's your cholesterol. Okay. You need to know those numbers. You have to, because you could be losing weight and now I think about people that do low carb. You know, I'm not bashing any diet, whatever you want to do. But sometimes if you're doing low carb, that means you're eating a higher fat diet. So that might mean your cholesterol and stuff is way off the charts, more than it should be. Right. So as I already stated before, I'm going to be cooking at home more. So you might even see a few more videos because I am going to have to start cooking. I'm going to start really backing up off the creams, like the Alfredos. Nope. Not going to be able to do it. I have to back up off of that. And I'm also going to be really strict with restaurants. Again, do not put all this stuff in my food, the extra butter and the extra salt, just steam it really well. I learned that from a friend of mine too recently. You can ask for your vegetables extra steamed because sometimes they're too hard, and that may be why you may not even want it. And I find it's easily more digestible for me when it's really steamed well. So Jill had a comment. Jill says, I've been on Droptober. Oh, Droptober is a challenge this month. I dropped junk food, pasta, starches, and breads, and I love Bahama Breeze. I love that dish. So Jill knows what I'm talking about. I was talking about, for those of you just joining us, they have a chicken bow tie pasta jerk chicken. It is so good. And Jill, on top of that, girl, I had them give me some extra seasoning, the blackened seasoning they put on the salmon, and that was extra salty. I knew it was when I was adding it, so I added some of that, but it needed a little bit more flavor, and I didn't want to add salt, but that still has some kind of salt in it, so that's retaining water. Thus, I'm taking a water pill, right? So I have to get myself together. I have to. So I'm going to continue on my journey. I'm going to continue not eating out as much. I'm going to really try to have some meals at home, maybe reserve my eating out till the weekends. Or if I do go out, if I do, make better choices. Make better choices. For those of you who are just joining us, I'm just doing a little update about my doctor's visit, the results that I had, and I was very disappointed. Considering that I've lost 20 pounds, I was really expecting my hemoglobin to go down from 5.8 from last visit. I was really hoping that would be like in the fours, so they could be like, woo. And for him to tell me it was 6.1, yeah, your girl was scared. So again, I'm going back to the doctor in 3 months. So when I go back, I will definitely have an update for you all. The video that I did about somebody trying to bully me about, taking Ozempic and saying I took that, which I did not. And I did that video and I showed you the letter from the doctor. That was when I lost 20 pounds. Actually, he put 24. I had lost 24 because probably that day I was wearing something lighter. So you know how that can be. So I did lose 20 pounds. I feel great. But my insides are not reflective of that. So again, I'm just really highlighting, please get your numbers checked. Okay. For those of you who may just be joining us, please know what your A1C is. Please know what your lipid panel is, your cholesterol, and just continue to be diligent. This is not something that's going to happen overnight. I appreciate it, Jill. I really do. All the support you all have given me. And even when I have to come back and report a weight gain, but hopefully we're going to see a lot more losses because I'm becoming much more intentional, especially since I got this report. It's like your kids go to school and they come home with that report. You're like, what you been doing all year, boy? So, or girl, my father used to be like, oh, you like to have fun. You the class clown, huh? You like to talk. Because that was always my thing in school. I was always talking. So I stayed in trouble for talking. Oh, you like to talk, huh? You like to talk. So anyway, I like to eat, huh? I like to eat. So we're going to get this thing together. Well, I'm going to let you guys go because it is the World Series. And I did not know that when I scheduled this. So I appreciate you all hanging out with me. I will continue to go live. I might even start doing my weekly weigh-ins live like I'm doing tonight. I'm going to see, can I put that in my schedule so I can come to you weekly and share. And if you ever feel like you want to share something with me too, drop it in the chat, okay? And we'll talk about it. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Jill, I appreciate you and the other people that join us tonight. I don't know what team you're rooting for, but I hope they win. I know for sure Texas Rangers is playing, but I'm not sure who the AIR team is in the World Series. So I'm not sure who that is. Do y'all know? Because I can get them a shout out too. Well, anyway, thank you all for joining me tonight. I know some of you are just now logging on. YouTube is delayed, but make sure you hit the like button for me. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe and put the alerts on so you'll know when I go live, okay? Which will be a lot more. Well, thank you all and have a great day, okay? Bye, Jill. Bye, everybody. Have a good night.